Hi everybody, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming's The Walking Dead, Season 8, Episode 9. This is our New Year's news and predictions. I've been waiting just to get all you guys together for New Year's and say, Happy New Year's, everybody. Good to finally see everybody. I know we did the 70,000 sub celebration. I did get a comic book read up a little bit early today and some new gameplay, some stuff that you're going to see throughout the year. It's going to be a little different year because we are going to ramp up some of our gaming. So many things to do, and we got some theories that I want to talk about because, of course, the last couple of days I've been doing a little brainstorming. What if this happened? What if that happened? So we do have some scenarios. Just a couple announcements we want to make as everybody slowly pops in. I see some people here that haven't been in live streams in a long time, and some new people that finally made it. So Rayner, Jimmy, Jill, what's up, Jimmy G? Where you been, brother? Jeff Morrow, Whiskey Angel. I am seeing some regulars and some, well, I don't want to say irregulars, but some people haven't been here in a little while. It's good to see everybody for this brand new year. Channel is, we're going to do tales from the cryptocurrency this year. A little bit of gaming as we talked about before. You will also see some extended gameplay on the 999 Plays channel. Those of you that are new, I do see a couple new faces here. This is what we do. We take a topic and we just sort of debate it. Your comments will be included in the video. What's streaming along the side does not show up on the video, so once this video goes live, make sure you leave a lot of comments because those comments will probably be included on our 999 spoiler channel as well. So, thanks everybody. Emma McCallick, I see you here. Jenna, hopefully all of you had a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. A couple announcements. Lindsay, I don't think I got a message from you for the 70,000 sub celebration. And Eagle Eye Cherry Pie, I don't know if you're in the stream. If you're not, you're listening after the fact. You need to find another way to get in touch with me because evidently when you message me on YouTube, I try to message you back and you can't receive messages on YouTube. So you're going to have to email me or do something so I can get those Lindsay and also Eagle Eye, the last two gift cards that we gave away. So I've got in touch with everybody else. Everybody else should be good at this point. So your comments will be a part of this video. I see the moderators in the house. Let's get this thing going. I got a few topics we're going to talk about, and these are going to be some New Year's predictions and a little bit of chat and a little bit of debate. And also as the moderators, you guys get over here and slap the like button. Come on, we got 100 people in here. Let's get this thing up to 100 likes as quick as possible. So first thing I want to talk about is the kingdom. So the kingdom, there's a lot of dynamics working here. We saw Gavin sort of storming in. Gavin's a little bit weak. So the question I have for all of you, I'm going to give you a couple different scenarios here. Ezekiel was kind of hiding, sort of wallowing in his sorrows a little bit, you know, with Shiva being gone, and now, you know, he's going to have to step up. You also got Carol there that Carol potentially could get involved in the kingdom. So the question I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a few scenarios. Does Ezekiel get it back and actually help his people? Does Carol step in and Carol sort of takes over and sort of diffuses Gavin's situation, and then they look to Carol as the leader? Morgan is hanging around. Will Morgan actually stop Ezekiel from becoming a head on a stake? Or will Gavin step down? That's the question. So I'm going to give you 4 different scenarios. Maybe Gavin finally says, you know what, I'm not in for all of this. We're not going to kill anybody. And Gavin actually backs off and shows a little bit of dissension. So let me know your thoughts with that. I see Sith Lord in the house with a super chat donation. That is the first super chat donation of 2018. So thank you so much, Sith Lord. Appreciate you getting your name on the board. And moderators, if you guys can check that out. Also, if he has a question. If you're new to the chat, if anybody does do a super chat donation, it'll highlight just like that, and then we sort of stop the chat and then talk about whatever you want to talk about. Also, as I read your comments, there's Jewel Dill. What's up, Jewel? Good to see you. She's a Patreon supporter. There's a lot of different ways you can support the channel. Super Chat is one way you can support the channel. I have some people that have done Patreon contributions for months and months and months, so thank you so much to those people. And a brand new thing that YouTube is doing as well. I don't know if you guys can see it, but up at the top there is a sponsor key. So if we do gaming streams or gaming videos, you have a chance to sponsor to the channel. And if you do that, beside your name, you get a special little badge and you get some custom emojis. Just letting you guys know it's out there. Not asking for it or requiring it, but some people do ask me how they can support the channel. So there you go. Let's get back to it. And I see Westwick 88 says Morgan saves the king. We did see Morgan kind of on the side of the gate there waiting to sort of strike out. I see Angela. Angela, hopefully you had a good time in Las Vegas and you're back home. She says Carol is going to take over. Jeff Morrow says Carol will step in and kill Gavin. And Gavin, it probably wouldn't be hard to kill. He just seems like, that's his thing. He's just weak. He's always like, I don't want to be stressed out, and I didn't sign up for this, that type of thing. We got Ezekiel will avenge Shiva, possibly. Well, yeah, but avenge Shiva against the walkers. Sith Lord does have a question. There you go. I owe you several anyway, Sith Lord. So he says, I think Negan will not survive because the TV is different from the comics and the fans are different. Rick will kill Negan. But what do you think? You know what? That's a good question. And I'm going to throw that out to the group. How many people here actually 100% think Rick will kill Negan? If you do, just give me a quick 999 in chat. If you don't, just kind of hold tight. That way everybody's not typing at one time. So type a quick 999 if you think the TV show will deviate a little bit from the comic storyline and Rick will kill Negan. Personally, Sith Lord, I don't think he will. Because I think that it was either going to be Carl or it was going to be Negan, and they made a choice to keep Negan on the show. I know in a weird sort of way, that's kind of the way it happens, but Lindsay, didn't we start that rumor, by the way? Lindsay says, what do you think about the rumor that they will skip over the Whisperer War? I think we started that rumor about a week ago. So, I don't know, maybe some other people tagged onto it. But I don't buy it. I think it'll be somehow. Chris thinks so. Jenna says JDM is staying. Yeah, I really feel that they're going to have to find a way. And it's going to... Sith Lord, let me give you a follow-up to that, though. What I would say is that the TV show is going to have a big, big challenge ahead of them with making people that don't like Negan. That's the dynamic that I'm looking for, and I think that's going to be hard. In the comic book, you got a month between issues, and you sort of think about it, and it's diffused. It's diffused a little bit. It's not as, even reading the comic and watching the TV show, The Death of Glenn, it didn't affect me the same way. So I'm going to have a harder time. I'm going to be one of the last people that's going to like Negan. So I think that's the challenge for the writers if they're going to keep him on the show, making him into a good guy. And I got something that I think could contribute to that. So here's the way I think the writers will redeem Negan to those of us that really don't like him. And I am one of those people. So one, they've already started doing it. Negan has a soft spot for Carl. So any emotion he shows toward Carl is going to help the viewers gradually. I'm not saying like him because I can't use that word because you guys know I don't like Negan. But it's going to gradually make us accept him a little bit more. And what if Simon becomes a worse villain than Negan? This is the way I think the writers are going to do that. Simon is going to, spoiler alert, told you guys. Actually, all of you know this. Most of you know this, but some people are in chat do not like spoilers. So I'm going to give you a quick, what's the way I can say this so people can kind of log out and log back in. All right. It's going to be a spoiler that has to do with the scavengers. So 90% of you know this already because we've already talked about it. But those of you that have left in the past and then popped back in, I'm going to tell you a spoiler that's going to happen with Jadis and the scavengers. And I'm going to give you 5 seconds to leave, and then I will be done talking about it in about 20 seconds. Okay? So if you don't want spoilers, then leave for 25 seconds total. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Those of you that already know this, and this is why I want to talk about it. Simon kills all the scavengers and leaves Jadis alive. So the way he goes about that, I think, is going to start to make us hate Simon a little bit more. And I also think that Simon might have been the person who killed all the men in Oceanside. We're led to believe it was Negan, but I think we're going to, when Negan talked to Simon and said, we're not going to backslide, are we? I think Simon may be more ruthless than Negan, and if they can start to do that, then it'll desensitize us a little bit more. It'll make, nothing's going to make Negan look like an angel, but it'll start making us hate other people. And if Negan has a weak spot for Carl and Simon becomes a worse villain and Simon doesn't die, then you still got him kind of floating out there. And I could see potentially a fallout between Negan and Simon. That's a little bit of my prediction for either at the very end of the season or next season that, you know, kind of like Dwight. We didn't like Dwight at first, and we're going to accept Dwight. Well, Rick may have the opportunity to kill Negan. He spares him. We're still not going to like him. But all these little events, as a writer of the show, you're going to have to find little ways over and over and over again to get people to accept Negan. And he's got the charisma. He's got the jokes. But we still got to erase a little bit of the history. And time does some of that. So, I'm going to take a few of your comments. What do you guys think about a few of the predictions so far that we sort of talked about? So, Rain Man says, Simon dies, season 8 guaranteed. Not confirmed, Rain Man. I don't think Simon's going to die. I do think Simon will become the next public enemy. You're right, Maggie. Maggie will never accept Negan, just like I won't accept Negan. But it does come down to survival, and Negan does have some influence, and I think that's why you need the Whisper of War or a bigger enemy. They may not accept him, but they may need him a little bit. You know, kind of like Daryl. So let me draw a parallel here. So and I'm right there with you, Maggie. I don't think Maggie will accept Negan's help or want Negan's help. But at the same time, we didn't think Daryl would accept Dwight's help, did we? So here, let me give you the stage of this. Daryl hates Dwight, wants to kill him. What do the writers do? Dwight sort of helps Daryl a little bit. And then Dwight helps Rick's group a little bit. So little by little, Daryl said, right? I don't care if he is sorry. It's all over. I'll kill that son of a bitch. Right, that's Daryl's words. Now, I'm not even sure Daryl's going to kill Dwight. And they're going to go from one threat to the next threat. Could be the same thing with Negan. You see Maggie saying to Negan, I've been fighting since the farm. I'm sorry. That's my... You know what? I can do a Georgia accent better than Maggie, but I think Maggie sounds a little better. So Maggie would say, I've been fighting since the farm. When this is all over, I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. That's my best Maggie impersonation. Sorry. I probably would do a better Lauren Cohan impersonation. But maybe they pull the same stuff that they did with Dwight and Daryl, maybe with Maggie needing Negan's help temporarily and then still wanting to kill him. He'll still be there to kill him. And at some point, maybe Maggie does kill him. That's all I'm saying. 1189 Paris with another super chat donation, the second super chat donation of 2018, and give it up for the Maggie impersonation. All right, so his question is, what is the biggest problem, in your opinion, with Walking Dead television show, and how would you solve it if you were a showrunner? So let me take that in a couple questions. Paris, I think that's a great question. The biggest problem with The Walking Dead and as a showrunner, because we hear so much they're losing viewers and a lot of those things. But let me answer your question with a comment from one of my viewers. And one of the viewers said, this was pretty much what he said, and I responded to it. He said, Kills, you're just a Walking Dead fanboy. Okay. I am. I'm a fan of The Walking Dead. Shocker. Hello. I watch the show. I like the show. I do commentary on the show. Of course I'm a fan of the show. So, number one, you got a certain contingency of fans who only want to criticize and complain about the show. Stop. Just stop it. Knock it off. If you don't like the show, don't watch the show. But don't just criticize it and call people who are fans of the show fanboys. Because if you're not a fan of the show, why even get involved in the chats? Why even participate in the debate? You're just participating in something that you don't like? So, that's the first thing. Secondly, that I would say, is there's the purity of show, and then there is keeping the show going. It's two different things. I'm going to give you an example. I've used this example, I think, once or twice. World of Warcraft. I know people are used to be hardcore World of Warcraft fans. And there was Arena. And Arena they called players who played a certain level elitists. So people wanted to play. And there were millions of people who played World of Warcraft. Right? It's the most popular game, one of the most popular games in history, probably before Call of Duty. And there were normal players that wanted to play, and they wanted to get gear. But what they did was they wouldn't give the gear to the normal players. You had to be the best in order to get the best gear. But the best player is paying $15, and the worst player is paying $15. But there's only 5% of the group that is the best players. And 95% of the group is the worst players. So they pissed off 95% of the group in order to satisfy 5%. That's not a good business decision. And I'm going to get back to that in 1 second. Lynn, the Zombie Fox Myers, was Super Chat number 3 in 2018. Thank you so much, Lynn. I hope you have just a wonderful night. I hope you had a great New Year, and I hope you have just a tremendous rest of the year. Appreciate you being here. And all of you. Appreciate all of you guys being here. So, and Lynn, ask a question. Get us a question in there so we can get back to it. So I'm drawing this parallel between the two things. So you can stay true to the comics if you want, but it might not always be the best thing for television, and vice versa. So the writers have an interesting, we're in their roller coaster. We're along for the ride. We're not the owners of the show, and sometimes we want to be the owners of the show, and that's where you get that pure enjoyment out of it. So when I'm talking about The Walking Dead, I'm going to enjoy it or I'm not going to enjoy it. If I don't like Fear the Walking Dead, and I made a commitment to you guys to do commentary on it, there's episodes that I didn't like, but we found the positives and we talked about it. And then when we got to something that we didn't, I didn't watch it. So that's all I'm saying. They're there to entertain us. They're not there to make the fans mad or to stay true to a comic book. They're there to try to come up with the best possible storyline that we're going to get into, that we're going to accept. It's not always going to be popular. And a lot of times, for me as the host and doing some of these chats, one, I'm reading your comments, but then, of course, I'm going to get some of my personal opinions in there as well. And I do like the fact that if I think like a writer, so I'm thinking like if I wanted to satisfy most of my viewers, and I've got this Negan guy over here, because Abraham was very popular. Jerry is a good comic relief, but Jerry doesn't have enough lines and enough... Jerry can only give you a little bit. Negan can give you a lot. And Negan really could be the next Abraham on the show. Even more so because of some of his lines. Wow, we got so many Super Chat donations. Grimes Girl with the Super Chat donation number 4. And then we've got Brandon Bryant, number 5. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys supporting this channel. When you guys do those, it does give you the opportunity to type something. So if you want to type something, make a comment, talk about your theories, your ideas, then definitely leave that in there as well. It's right, Tommy. They're making it rain. Making it rain up in here. Lindsay, I don't even watch the ratings. For me, I don't need someone else to like the show for me to like it. This is what I want to say. And there's so much that people put into rankings. When somebody tells me Walking Dead had 9 million viewers, now they have 8 million viewers. Oh, they have 7 million viewers. But there's other shows that are out there, whether Sunday Night Football, or ratings are down on a lot of stuff. Ratings are down on football. Ratings are down on television as a whole. Ratings on YouTube are up. Sometimes I got people here that could be walking. See, maybe we're taking their fans away. Maybe 999 Gaming is to blame for Walking Dead ratings because we're hanging out here and we got our own chat going on. Nah, I don't think so. But it's a theory. What's up, John B? Thanks so much. Hopefully you're having a happy new year. So anyway, we've kind of beat that topic as much as we can beat it. The thing is, if you like it, like it. If you don't like it, okay, you don't like it. Don't sign a petition to get somebody fired because you don't like the way they wrote the story. Stop watching it. I would equivocate that to a movie. Like, okay, we're going to move on to the first topic. We got on the first topic, and it just lasted and lasted and lasted. So let me move on to the next one, because we like to keep these around 30. I got 5 or 6 things that I want to get. Obviously, a very sensitive topic that ties into is Carl. We saw Rick is kneeling over Carl's grave. He's got the gun. He's got the eye patch. It's done. And it's going to be tough. I know we saw it. We talked about it. It hasn't happened. Episode 9, it's going to be tough for all of us. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But the question I have to ask, and I do have to ask this, who takes over Carl's story? Judy, after time skip, Enid, or Siddiq? Could Siddiq possibly get a bigger role on the show and carry through a little bit of that storyline? Let me know your thoughts. Pick one of 3, or maybe there's a dark horse. Or no. So you got Judy, Enid, Siddiq, another person that could be in play. I'll let you guys pick. Or they just ditch Carl's story arc altogether and it doesn't exist after he dies. All 3, says Maggie. Okay. Eric says nobody, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them changing that. Scott Kernan says the little ass kicker Judith does it. Trev, he says Daryl. Yeah, I think there is going to be some type of split between Daryl and Rick. That's not going to be a popular opinion either because we're so used to them being together. But I'd see them going separate ways. So Westwick says, by the time episode 9, fans should be able to move on from Carl's death. I still think it's going to be tough. It's going to bring it all back to us. Some more easily than others, Westwick, but there's still, there's a certain group that's just not going to let it go. Gracie? Well, Lonnie says Gracie. Don't sleep on Siddiq. I think Siddiq is going to have a bigger part than you realize. Tommy says Daryl could be the pirate. I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. That's my pirate voice. I can't believe I just did a pirate voice of Daryl Dixon. My favorite Daryl line ever. Okay, you guys didn't know I was a Southern pirate. We touched on this a little bit. Okay, you know what? We didn't stay on one topic because I was going to talk about Simon. We talked about that. I said I thought Simon might have been the person to kill the Oceanside people, so I covered that category. We got potential Carl replacements. And I sort of asked this question, but I want to get a little bit more feedback. Does Dwight die? I got to know. Tara wants to kill him. Daryl said he wanted to kill him, and now we're not sure if Daryl's going to let him live. Could this be the next big rift that they don't follow through and keep their word? Dwight's allowed to live, or Dwight dies? Brandon says Dwight will live. Paris says Dwight will live. Funny, right? That 8 episodes ago, most of us thought, well, actually, I'm not going to say most. I never thought Dwight was going to die. Let me go on record of saying that. I said that he would be good, even before we got the spoilers. And I won't say all of you, but some people in this room did say Dwight was going to die, they needed to kill him, and he's the worst thing ever. And they sort of flipped the script on us a little bit. They made him likable. Especially the beer and the pretzels. If that didn't move you, knowing that Dwight is really searching for something. What's up, Aaron Music? Hi. This is the thing that I want you to. We got about 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna close. Actually, I'm not gonna close with this, but this is gonna be the next thing we do before we close. The thing I love about The Walking Dead, and the thing that I love about Scott Gimple, and I do like Scott Gimple. I will tell you that. I know there's a lot of people that hate him right now. They don't like it. He puts a lot of heart and a lot of thought into this story. You can see it when Chris Hardwick is asking him questions, how he thinks through. The one thing about these writers, they put themselves into the person's mind, frame of mind, their thought process, their feeling, their emotion. Unlike most other shows on television, and this is why we don't always like it and we don't always get it, is because these people, good and bad, are still human and they're making everyday human decisions. Dwight, we saw Dwight as a killer and we wanted him dead, but there was a story behind Dwight. And then we saw Dwight being picked on by Negan. We saw Negan sleeping with his wife. We saw him just being abused. And then we started to realize that Dwight did all of these things because he wanted to protect Sherry. So we start to understand that there's more to Dwight. Dwight's been burned with an iron. He had to get the iron when Negan put the iron on Mark's face. So don't just look at what someone does. Look at all the different things that they do, that happens to them, and that they say. And this is why I will like this show until the show goes off. Because if you're just looking for a car exploding or something that is just kind of simple entertainment, it's not going to happen. This show is deep. And I love the depth to the show. I love everything that they do. I love to think, what is Michonne thinking? What is Carl thinking? Why are they doing that? The potential rift that could happen. Because that's what creates the dialogue. You see Hippo saying, what if Sherry becomes Alpha? All of these things the writers are doing make us say, what if? So, and I don't know who that guy was who said, so if I'm a Walking Dead fanboy, yes, I am a Walking Dead fan. Because I appreciate the amount of psychology they put into each person's actions. And sometimes any writers get a little sloppy and they screw up, but the attempt is always there. That's why we have hidden clues. You know, that's why we're looking, saying, what does this Al mean? Who's the little girl walking with the teddy bear? What's another show that gives you that much? That's what I'm talking about. So, this show has been, I mean, you look 8 seasons long, and it still has a storyline that keeps us wanting to know what the next thing is. And they're not done. And we can agree to disagree on that. But keep in mind, the reason most of us are here is because of that story. And because we like to talk about that story. And the last thing that I'm going to ask is, Rick has lost so much. He's lost Lori. He's lost Carl. He's lost his close friends. I'm going to go on record of saying Rick, Michonne, and Judith are all safe. And that is going to be the element of family that starts to rebuild. So what are your thoughts? Can you guys agree with that? Rick, Michonne, and Judith are good to go for a couple more seasons? Let me know if you think any one of the 3 will die, or they're going to give him a little bit of a break and let him have something to come home to. Jenna says agree. Judith and Gracie, all safe. I agree with that, no doubt. Now, to me, I think that would be bad writing. I think they'll all live. Because I do think that you do, of all the things that have happened, you still have to have something to live for. And after losing Carl, if Michonne wasn't there, if Judith wasn't there, what's the point? Rick has to have something to fall back on. E. Beach says Michonne might leave. I find that really, really hard. I don't think there's any way she leaves him. How could you? How even if he doesn't kill Negan, how could you kill Rick with everything he's been, or how could you leave Rick with everything he's been through? Jennifer says Rick might die. Steven says family is everything. Brandon Bryant, mentally, I don't see how I can continue. That's where I'm at. Mentally, I think, I don't know who would carry the torch at this point with the show. All right, we have got a ton of topics. We got more topics to cover. Want to keep this around 30 minutes, so let me say a couple things. Number one, thank you, all of you. Hey, look, the topics are not always the most customer-friendly topics. Sometimes we get on debates, we disagree with stuff, but that's what the 999 Army is all about. It's just to get different ideas out there so we can think about it, analyze it, process it, really dig down into the show. Tomorrow night we will have Wednesday Walkers. We're going to piggyback a little bit on this. We've got super chats like crazy. Ellis Roy throwing another super chat out there. So thank you so much to all the people that have donated to the channel. I saw somebody else just a couple minutes ago. I was in the middle of a thought. Let me see. That was John O2C also doing a super chat donation. Don't want to forget him. So there's been like at least 10. So I don't have a list of all of them. The moderators hopefully are keeping up with that, and we can definitely say thanks to everybody. Appreciate everything that you guys did all throughout 2017. 2018 is just going to be tremendous. We're going to have more Walking Dead chat. We're going to be doing nightly Walking Dead chat. We're going to ramp back up 9-9 plays. Played a couple video games. What I'm going to do on the gaming channel here is I'll still give you guys kind of like just an introduction to the game, and if you want to see extended gameplay, just message me, let me know you like it, and then check out the 909 Plays channel. I'll be doing a little bit of extended gameplay over there. Appreciate everything that you guys do. Be here tomorrow night at 9:30. We're going to piggyback on a couple topics and have a couple different topics to really dig down into a little bit further. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're passionate about, what you want to see, what you want to see on this channel, what you want to talk about. And last but not least, as I said before, I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you. So if you guys can type a 999 in chat. If you're watching the playback, this is the closing credits. You don't have to stick around for all the shout-outs because obviously if you're watching the playback, you weren't around for the shout-out. But anybody that's in the stream right now, I want to try to say thank you to as many people as I possibly can. So give me a quick 999, and remember, I am a Walking Dead fanboy. Of course. What else are we going to talk about? So thank you so much, Nicole Engel. Appreciate you being here. Northside Queen, Jennifer Grip, Stephen Miller, the Hippo. Hippo's in the house. Jenna, Rain Man, Donna Sowards, D. Mooney, Scott Kernan, Dave Doherty, Jenna Crockett, Brene, thank you so much. I see the mixologist daily in the house. Stan Smith, April Russell, Carmen Trance, Glenda Batista, thank you so much. Lou Bells, Aaron Music, love you too, thank you so much. Shout out to all the Army. Eric Bennett, Jason, oh, I already got you, Jason. That's the mixologist. Maggie Bonacorda, who else is here? E. Beach, Christina Smith, John Russell, Tommy Sweet Ass Enforcer, McCandless, Kelsis Smile, Emmy Desiree Bacon, Steph the Cuervo Queen, Dark Angel, Beast Bear, Sith Lord, thank you for that donation. John O2C, thank you as well. Who else we got? Abdullah Khan, 1964 Cats, Trev, Heath, 1973. The Thunder and Lightning shout out, you got it. iRock 6, who else? Zay Johnson, Lim the Zombie Fox Myers, missed you, hopefully you had a great new year. We are going to get random things next Tuesday, though. So we'll get Walking Dead chat Wednesday, Thursday, but next Tuesday will be, we got to finish up that 90s music compilation that we were working on before. Lindsay Luke, I see you. Send me a message, Lindsay, as well. Also, Jimmy G, Alexander Santos, Chris Reinig. Oh, man, I'm hitting everybody tonight. If I miss anybody, let me know. Israel Marion, that's my longtime subscriber. Emma McCalick, John Brody. Thank you also, John Brody, on the Patreon site. Westwick 88. Westwick, we will do NFL playoffs probably Saturday morning. It's going to be a little bit different. Dave Doherty, I might give you a shout out. If I did, then you got a double in there. You got it, man. Michelle Wolf, thanks for being here. Jewel Deal, who will save your soul. I just love that name, Jewel. Who else we got? Yeah, I'm missing some random things. We got to ramp that back up. There's been so much Walking Dead chat, though, that random things is my favorite. It's like my favorite segment that we do. Brian Martinez, thanks for being here. Julie King, thank you. MD, is that Dr. Bailey or Marilyn Bailey? I'm going to say it's Dr. Bailey. What's up, Dr. Bailey? If not, that's who you are from now on. Raiden Roach, what's up, Raiden? Who else we got? Garrett Farmer, I see you. I think I've gotten like 100 shout-outs tonight, so I'm doing well. Usually I miss like 10 or 15 people. If I do miss you for any reason whatsoever, when this video goes live, just leave a comment on it or send me a message and say, hey, Kills, last couple videos you didn't shout me out. Of course, I want to give you guys all the recognition we can. If this video is good, you guys help make it. If it's bad, yeah, you kind of help make it too. It goes both ways. You get the credit, but you also get part of the blame. Nah, you guys are great. Wavy Productions, thanks for being here. Andrea Potik. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. And I'm glad you're staying up till 4 a.m. and watching this. That's some dedication. You're awesome. All right, everybody. I think I missed a few people, but I'll catch you next time. 1189 Paris, thank you, and thank you for the super chat donation. So once again, and I'm telling you, we're not doing Walking Dead chat next Tuesday. I promise you. Moderators, write that down as well. If I change my mind, we got to get some random things back going because it's been like at least 3 weeks. And I know Kel's waiting to get some Garth Brooks or something going on. DJ Flexmaster, thanks so much. And who else? Dwayne Sharp, thank you for being here. DDA Ohio. See, I hung around a little bit longer and actually got a few more shout-outs. Thanks, everybody. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.